Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Jinx, and I'll be facing off against the Grand Heist adventure. I figure since I had a lot of spare both gemstones and Jinx shards, I figured I would upgrade Jinx up to 6 stars and then I would try it out here. I think she is going to do perfectly fine. Mostly because she is one of the stronger champions in the Path of Champions. So even if we don't start with our normal deck, we'll still be able to draft something good. The powers I'm running, or the relics I'm running, the Luskan's payload is the only one that's necessary. It immediately levels up Jinx on summon, which is great. Camtep duplicator is just in case the game's gone for longer. I'll get some extra value from my spells. And the Ludon's Tempest is interchangeable. The 1 extra damage is just nice in general, but you can probably get away with running something else. Here, all of these are terrible. I want something that deals damage to the opponent's units. Cosmic Binding, kind of, but not really. So let's just reroll. Kalista, Morgana, or nope. Galio, Nora again, and Malphite. It's all terrible. And yet again, all terrible choices. Finally, something decent. My guess is Heimerdinger is the best one out of all of these. So I'm going to pick him up and hope for the best. Yeah, sure, Mana Flow is fine. Getting us closer to turn 6 turns on the Camtech duplicator. And we can go for Jinx on the first turn, which is nice as well. One to an enemy and one to the enemy nexus and one to another. Even if it sets slow speed, I think it's fine. Piltovan Tailstones have... let's reroll. Baseline Aftershock. Okay, now that's a bit better. Especially with Summoning Beacon. Deep Meditation or Formula. Deep Meditation. Time Winder's fine, I suppose. All of these are terrible, however. I suppose Hillsong Call is 1 mana draw a champion summon a average statted unit. Nah. You can do better. Like Pokestick. Pokestick is amazing. Same thing with Go Hard, especially if it has Grifter's deck. Now if only we could get some card draw. Insightful Investigator. We do have a decent amount of 2 costs cards, but however, this one gets its cost reduced. Same thing with the Pokestick with Grifter's deck. So nope. We need better draw. This is not better draw. I guess we're picking this one up anyway. And this one too. Worst case scenario, we'll just throw our whole hand at the start of the game with Jinx and get a bunch of decent spells. Honestly, it's not just decent spells. The Pow-Pows are above average in terms of spell quality. They are actually like deal 10s, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, I'm fine with just going for this, trying to bait out something from the opponent. We'll see what's in store for us. Divine Wind. If only we had 1 extra mana. Oh well. I'm just doing this to set up so I can Heimerdinger Jinx next turn. Because I feel like that will be the correct play to make. Sure, he gets to predict, and he actually summons 2 Sun Soldiers here. It's very likely that he will attack before I can drop down the Jinx, so I think this might be better. Crap. I got unlucky, and my spell fizzled. The one time I didn't want my spell to hit the opponent's unit, or my power to hit the opponent's unit. Very unfortunate. It's fine. We'll just super mega death rocket at the opponent's face. And then we have, yeah, 1 mana deal 12 to a unit. This is definitely more than enough to close out the game, I think. 2 mana deal 8 seems fair. I'll attack first. Oh, he's summoning units. Bit unfortunate. Let's Pokey Stick, and then I'll draw 2. Oh right, 6 mana doubles my spellcasts. So he actually just takes 16. Forgot about that part. That was very quick. Unfortunately, we did take a billion damage there. But that's par for the course. At this point I'm not surprised that the first encounter is the one that actually deals the most damage to us. Let's go for the healer. We're cutting the what? Insightful Investigator. The Punk Pickpocket. Yeah, let's cut the Punk Pickpocket. We are going to end up a little bit lower on health than I would have wanted, but at the very least we can build it back up with the go hard. And we don't hit the Jinx at the start of the game. Unfortunate. It's alright. We have Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger will get us to victory. Never mind, we got Jinx.
According to the chart, now
Let's drop down Heimer then. Then I'm going to go hard that unit. The opponent can't attack with anything, because my units just trade in favorably. I guess he didn't want to keep the Kahiri around. And now I just get to Jinx that thing down. Just like that. 18 damage coming straight to the opponent's Nexus. The opponent's going to die on turn 3 yet again. Yeah, I can definitely see how strong 6-star Jinx is. Can I kill him this turn? Only if he ends up summoning something here. He does. Actually, he's going to survive here, right? Yep. How annoying. I need to find some sort of burn. I'm going to clear up my hand and then I'm going to try to fish for burn with the deep meditation. Oh right, we burn the opponent just by playing cards. Forgot about that part. So it just dies before I even get to see what I draw. And we would have gotten it anyway because we drew a way to deal 2 damage to his Nexus. Yeah. The strength is definitely there. I wonder if we'll be able to kill the clock hand with pure damage instead of the way it's intended to be one. Boom Crew Rookie, I suppose. And I'm going to pick up the over prepared. I'm definitely going to end up overdrawing a whole bunch at the start of the game, I think. But in a way that might be better for me, because if I do get the Jinx in my opening hand, I can just drop her down and launch a bunch of damage directed towards the opponent's board. Ooh, Return of Wrench is a very synergistic card with our deck. No, that's better for me than it is for you, because now I have just wasted your rally effect. I'm actually going to do this to develop a board first and then go for the attack. 20 damage right away. I'm pretty sure we can win next turn if we play our cards right.
Bag 'em and tap.
Now we deal 6. No, that's not enough. Never mind, we don't kill him. But I can go this into this. I feel like that's better just because I want to shuffle them back into the deck. Even though this is a bit of an overkill. And I'll actually hold Jinx for next turn. We're going to duplicate the spellcasts this turn instead of the previous turn. Or I might just end up killing the opponent by attacking. That can also happen. Yep. We close out the game without even playing Jinx. We got the Twisted Fate. We'll get some gold, which we'll probably end up not spending at all. And we can cut another card. Honestly, the Flash of Brilliance doesn't really do much for this deck. Even though it starts in my opening hand, I can do better than that. So we're cutting it. And now it's time for the clock hand. Jinx, Pokestick, Boom Crew Rookie. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. The Aftershock can be decent, depending on what the opponent plays, obviously. Ooh, Mecha Pulverizer. Kind of cool with this deck. And Arena Bookie as well. Discard your lowest cost card to draw one. Honestly, let's pass the turn. See what the opponent does. I want him to have a board. This way I have better targets for my spells. That's a bit underwhelming. It's fine. Let's just... Gold card or a red card? I'm going to red card because it's overall more damage.
Something for all.
And then I'm going to wait for the end of the turn. I can afford to play this slow. We'll deal 6 here. Deal 6 here. I'll heal back up to full. So I'm not really worried about my health total. Why Jinx here? Doesn't seem like the correct decision. So I won't do it. Just going to deal a bit of cheap damage to the opponent's units and I'll be fine. Now that we finally hit turn 6, I'm going to let it rip on the Jinx. And now we have a way to remove all of the opponent's units from the board. In fact, I can probably just kill the opponent's entire board based off of Super Mega Death Rockets. Yep, I was correct. Turns out dealing 8 to all of the opponent's units is a very good thing to do. From here, I'm not really able to progress the vault, so I guess I just hope that I hit the 1-cost cards a bunch of times in a row. Except I won't, because both the cards that would normally cost 2 actually cost 1. Oops. Well, at least Twisted Fate leveled up.
Yes, you can win.
That's kind of cool as well. Can you, like, summon actual units that I can target with my Pow-Pows, please? Well, if he doesn't summon units, I suppose I'll just target his Nexus with my spells, then it's going to be a bit slow of a process, just dealing 16 a turn, but I'll get there eventually. Okay, never mind. I shouldn't have burned my own what's it called? Go hard. It's fine, I'll try to keep my hand under check for the upcoming turns. Let's double up on this. They get excited. I draw 1, I go up to 9. Then I get a Divine Draft. Okay. Let's see if he plays something else. That's fine.
Yes, again!
Let's Apex Dirt again. I'm just trying to get more level ups on champions so I can toss more Super Mega Death Rockets at the opponent's face. 7? I don't think I even have a 7-cost card in my deck. How am I supposed to hit those? Let's fish for more cards with the Poké Stick, I guess. Just getting more and more Poké Sticks. Not exactly what I wanted.
Requires just 1.21 gigahexes.
Can you like... Oh, I didn't even attack. Forgot about that part. Can you play cards, opponent? Like stuff that I can target with my Pawpaws? There we go, that's something. Have too many cards in hand. Oh, let's burn my own unit then. Right, it doesn't work like that. Heimerdinger is causing more problems than I would have wanted. I suppose that's also partial fault of the Twisted Fate. But you know what?
Just when I needed assistance.
With the amount of damage
1.21 gigahexes.
that... Wait, where did Twisted Fate go? What did the opponent do that removed Twisted Fate? Oh, Rockfall Path. That's unfortunate. Well, now I no longer have to worry about overdrawing off of the blue card. There's the go hard. I need some way to cast that. I'll just wait for the next turn when the opponent inevitably plays something else.
Requires just 1.21 gigahexes. Just when I needed assistance.
I can go hard my own unit. Yeah, I'll do it. I heal myself, I shuffle go hards into the deck. I buff up Heimerdinger.
Requires just 1.21 gigahexes.
Now I have 6 cards in hand. Thing is, I'm pretty sure I'll end up drawing more Poké Sticks than go hards.
I can do this.
Yeah, just like that. It's fine. We'll get there eventually. Though it's going to be a slow and laborious process. I might just end up having to go through the 12 turns before the
That will have to do for
the
now.
game does end. Ooh, that's scary. Can you not, opponent?
Just when I needed assistance. Requires just 1.21 gigahexes. Innovation must begin somewhere.
Now I only have Poké Sticks. Let's throw one there, let's throw one there. Every Poké Stick is a draw 2 actually, so this will fill up my hand. Probably before I can even play all the cards I get. There's a go hard. That's something unnecessary. Poké Sticks fine burn. Jinx is okay as a burn.
Best friend?
Requires just
Do I wait for the next turn before I go for the go hard? I'll wait.
just when I needed assistance. Requires just 1.21
It's okay.
gigahexes.
He started at
Time to go.
800. We're already at 547. We're almost there. Almost. Ooh, finally, a 1. That's huge. I can just do this. And now we have a 6, which we can't hit because we don't have a 6 in the deck. It's fine.
Just when I needed assistance.
I guess we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
1 gigahexes.
Though it's kind of incredibly tedious. Because the opponent's refusing to play the game.
Requires just 1.21
Not
gigahertz.
like he could do much of anything anyway. $500. Only 500 more to go. Let's hit the opponent. That's going to make us overdraw one. But it's fine. Actually, the countdown's only at 4 now. Maybe we'll be able to hit it this turn. I only need to play an 8. And I only need the next cost to be something that I have in hand. I'm sure I'll hit it. Wait, it works like that? Really?
Spectrum of pyrotechnics.
Well, I got lucky and closed out the game sooner than I anticipated. Damn, it would have been annoying if I had to go through 400 health or 500 remaining health like that. Good thing it's over. Skirmish Saber. Yeah, Excavator's charge with Jinx is definitely going to be good. Jinx is going to end up so buffed up. Fast Deal. Or Undying Legion. I'm going to pick up the Undying Legion. Makes my board stickier. And now for the Ruin Runner. I think this might be a fine keep. We only need to go over the opponent, or we know going over means burning. We'll burn the opponent to death and we won't interact with his board in any way. And I think that's how we're going to win. Just let him play whatever. Here. Might just do this, soften up the opponent's board a bit. Okay, that's fine. I don't intend to go for attacks.
That old trick again.
Would you look at this place?
All I want to do is burn you down, opponent. Yeah, I'll discard the Origami Slicer. It doesn't do anything for us.
What a shame for you.
Even if he blocks here or reduces the attack of my units here, it's fine. Eventually he'll be unable to deal with the constant pressure from the extra spells from the Jinx and whatnot.
Out here, you're moving or you're dead.
Okay, this is annoying. That thing's going to survive because of the spell shield.
Scared of a fair fight?
Or I can Time Winder. I'll Time Winder. Deal 6 to that thing and the opponent's Nexus. Minimize the amount of damage I take. Now I can go for Jinx. Yeah, I'll go for Jinx on an empty board. She only deals 3 anyway. Oh, but I'll have the Super Mega Death Rockets. I forgot about that part. Let's attack first. Okay, debuffs are not pleasant. But it's fine. Let's just burn the opponent down with rockets. Is this even lethal? It is. Nice. Bit earlier than I anticipated. Good thing, because I didn't feel like spending more time facing off against that guy. It's not like that fight is particularly difficult. It's just annoying how much the opponent can stall you out. Orellonomicon applies Gloom instead of dealing damage to units. That's a plus. Really? Am I just getting all of the legendary powers now? Well, all of the ones that don't really have the major synergies with my deck. Honestly, I'm tempted to pick Memory Game. Memory Game would probably be better in this deck, but it's a legendary power, so I'm going to pick it up. Okay, now for the Dune Swallower. This should be a fine keep. Let's hope I draw the Jinx. Got everything I need. How do I want to do this? Honestly, I'm fine just passing, see what the opponent does. Let's try to wait something out here. I made the correct decision. Now the spell shield on the Dune Swallower is gone. Honestly, considering this applies Gloom, it's probably fine to do this. Ooh, even the power part applies Gloom. That's interesting. Very good to know. And just like that, we've set up a board where the Twisted Fate can attack. Actually, I'll go for Inspired Plants first, because this generates a card that's going to be discarded at the end of the turn. That's 1 extra damage to the opponent's board.
You're gonna take your own damn medicine.
I'm going to play Heimer here and take the damage.
Figured you'd want in on the action.
I don't, but I must help the others.
Normally I'd hold. If I was the greedy place to hold, but the correct place to just go Jinx and clear out the opponent's board as best as I can with the Pow Pows. Really, no attacks. Why? Why would you decide to not attack here?
Impressive firepower.
Honestly, I have no idea why you wouldn't. Maybe he's afraid I just remove his board with Pow Pows, but if he doesn't attack, I'll just remove his board with Super Mega Death Rockets instead. Well, I guess the opponent would be in a poor situation for him, no matter what he did there.
Now it's a party.
Maybe he couldn't choose. Let's try to go ahead and burn the opponent to death. Gonna need to play 6 more cards. 5 more cards. 2 more cards. One more card. And game over. Poor guy. Ended up dying from being burned to death. Now that I think about it, we're about to do to Ezreal what he normally does to us, which is kind of a sort of poetic justice. Let's hope I get a legendary power here. Of course I don't. When you target an enemy, curse it with shackles. Yeah, sure. Could be worse. Honestly, I'm going to cut the thermogenic beam. I don't think the opponent has units that are that large. Don't forget the amount of damage from the thermogenic beam is doubled up. And our spells already do a bunch of damage by default anyway. So it's probably for the best that we cut it from the deck. First things first, let's drop down the TF and try to clear the spell shield from the Ezreal. That's great. Really, you're doubling up on the clockling. I don't think that's a good decision. Because I can just do this and it's fine. Yeah, even if you go for a attack reduction on Twisted Fate, I don't think it matters. And this is not going to remove the Twisted Fate because of our legendary power. Yeah, just like that. All I have to do is find a way to remove that Ezreal.
All or nothing.
Well, there goes the Twisted Fate, I guess. Actually, no. It survives. Yeah, sure, let's do this. Maybe it ends up mattering. Actually, it does. Without the spell shield, I'll be able to remove the Ezreal with one of my either Pokestick or Aftershock. I'll go ahead and do this. Seems like the correct choice. We get rid of 2 of the opponent's units. We develop a unit of our own. The opponent is being very annoying with the units he is summoning. So I'll do something about it. Mainly removing them.
Forgetting is death to an immortal.
Well, at the very least, we'll not be taking as much damage as we would have otherwise. Ooh, and we got to go hard to go alongside the Jinx. Actually, no, I can't go hard alongside Jinx. I have to go hard first. Unfortunate, especially because it's going to give the opponent an opportunity to play something. No, really? I'll go for the Jinx then. It's kind of weird, however. Why isn't the opponent playing something with 8 mana on available? What's going on here? Maybe he really doesn't have any plays. What would his end be? Probably that spell that increases the damage followers take or the opponent's take. The opponent's unit take. Okay, one of it is Static Shock, I suppose. And the other one is probably that one spell I just mentioned. And a Spirit Fire. I see. Well, Spirit Fire is going to kill the TFs and the Scarab of Sorrows. But I'm not worried. All I need is Jinx on board now. Because from here on out all my spells are going to be doubled up. And unlike the opponent, I won't have to go ahead and pay health to do so. Ooh, scary. Would be a shame if it was removed quite easily, however. Really? You're multiplying it. I don't think that's as good as you think it is. You're just giving me more targets for my spells. And once my hand is empty, you are going to have to deal with Super Mega Death Rockets constantly. Go hard, and another go hard. But that's not even necessary. The opponent just takes the damage and loses. Well, I burned the Ezreal down. deserved, honestly. That's what he gets for burning me down. Multiple times, in fact. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.